Good evening. Hello everybody, how are we? Another Thursday. Another Eldritch mission. Yes. More Darkness Over Arkham. How are we doing, everybody? Hey Nathan, how are you? Kath's just finishing off watching the Zombie. What? Unbelievable. I thought that was on a Wednesday anyway. Or a Tuesday. One of the two. I don't know. Yeah, so here we are, once more, digging deep into The Darkness Over Arkham by Jonathan Green, the Arkham Horror Investigators Gamebook #1. Last part this week, I think. We'll do something else next week. So yeah. Hello, Kath, here you are. How lovely, how lovely. Most excellent. Excuse me. I've got a bit of a cough for no apparent reason, other than I quickly ate tea very fast. And there's a small child hiding just over there. There we go. Right, with you now. Good evening and all that. Yes, quite so.
Hi.
Hello. Go away and play your Minecraft on my laptop.
You're not using it.
Well, not right now, no. Obviously not. What are you doing?
I'm existent.
Strange child. How's your week been, guys? How have you been since Monday? Hope you've all been well. Hope the weather's not... Hello, child, says Kat. Hope the weather's not been too awful. It's been pretty horrendous up here. Good evening, disembodied head.
Hello.
Well, that's both of us. Could be both of us. Typical. So yeah, there we go. More disembodied heads, yes, indeed. So yeah, it's been work for me for the last few days, and not a lot else. I was going to do some Minecraft yesterday. Didn't get around to it. Didn't happen. Got a day off tomorrow. We had our first site to go live with our new infrastructure last week. So management have given us tomorrow off as a reward. Oh, how lovely! How lovely. Wish I could have tomorrow off. Yeah, today has been difficult. Couldn't sleep last night, and then voting day today. So yes. So with all the US staff being off today for 4th of July, they're having a mega long weekend. Well, it's all right for them, isn't it? I picked Lindsay and Jason up on the way home, and we wandered up and did our duty, and then drove back home again, and then got ready for this and had some dinner. That's it, pretty much. My colleague Doug's away on holiday this today. Yes, he went off first thing this morning, and that's him till week Monday. So lo and behold, 30 minutes after he logged out yesterday, I got a call going, are you looking after this in Douglas's absence? And I said, well, I allegedly yes, but I know nothing about it because I've only just been given the information. So that was yesterday, and then I had a meeting at 10 o'clock for an hour about it this morning. So it's yay. We think Nathan's sister-in-law voted reform. Well. What can you do, people? You know? That's democracy.
What is the charge?
Sorry?
What is the charge?
What is the charge? Indeed, what is the charge? Well, as long as it's not conservative, then it doesn't really matter, does it? Has Dougie dropped you in it? No, not really. Yes, not more can be said about that. Yes, let us not. Has Doug dropped me in it? No, not really. It's a valid piece of work. It's just I wasn't aware on the nuances of it, and so I'm basically starting from scratch and digging down to the base level, and working my way back up again. So, not even any sign of a succulent Chinese meal. No, exactly. Though maybe at the weekend. All being well. So no, it's just standard work stuff, and then we had our monthly today where everybody's meant to be on site and in person. I was there. My team lead turned up. Doug's on holiday. Everybody else was on Teams. So anyway, that's the only thing I'm taking out from that. It was a protest vote. Yes. I think that's probably wise. So it's done. You know, we'll see what happens in the wee small hours of the morning. I will not be staying up. I really have zero interest in finding out per se. I will take it on the chin in the morning when I wake up and find out, which is normally what happens. Lindsay stayed up last time all night, and it's just like, no, I can't. I've got 9:30. You know, Dogs and Police Station was on form today. There's some brilliant dogs. We had there were two outside our polling station: a small spaniel and something else, and a llama. That's brilliant. No, didn't see any llamas, I'm afraid. But no, we had two doggos, an SNP candidate and a green candidate, and that was at 7:30 tonight. Not bad. At least they're still there. You know, fair play to them. But yes, I and Angus went to vote, which made me very happy. Oh, good. I'm pleased. I don't know how far away. I wonder where they had to go to. I don't know where they go in Musselburgh. Ours is just a little village hall. It's really nice. It's dead simple. Dead simple and dead handy. Excuse me. Yeah, so there we go. Right. Nearly past. Why don't we kick around for another couple of minutes, see if anybody else is going to turn up before we start, then we can start
I can
just
turn
after
up.
past. Pardon?
I can turn up.
You are. The best one was a Welsh Terrier cocking its leg up at the polling station sandwich board. Excellent. I keep forgetting whether you're allowed sandwiches. I always thought you're not meant to be within X number of meters of the entrance to these places. The problem with ours is our entrance to the hall is actually, you know, they've got big, massive double doors at the front, which they never use, because there's a side entrance, and it takes you into the vestibule at the back where the toilets and the little sort of reception desk is, and then you go into the hall that way. So obviously candidates are allowed to basically stand right at what I class the entrance, because it's the entrance you have to go down the side of, so you have to literally walk like this past them to get in. Yes, make its political views known. Quite right too. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to know, isn't it? What the state of play is really. I mean, especially up here, it's so much change. So much has happened with the SNP over the last 6 to 12 months that you just kind of go, what's left? Hey Stephen, your feet hurt. I bet they do. Have you been out campaigning all day as well? It's like the old houses. No one uses the front door other than for weddings and funerals. Yes. Excuse me, big hiccups. Stephen's a Lib Dem, and well, I presume you're still a Lib Dem, right? And I presume you've been out canvassing and hustling people in. Yeah, long day. Yeah, I'll bet. At least you've managed to. I'm both Lib Dem and Alliance. Ah, yes, of course. Brilliant. Yeah, good fun. So yeah, we're just about to kick off. I don't think I ever saw the front door used at my nan and granddad's house. Really? Wow, that's interesting. No, definitely used the front door at my grandparents' house. Yeah, no, definitely. But then they always had modern houses, I would say, because my grandfather was in the RAF, for a long time, so they obviously kind of moved around a lot. And then when they kind of settled down, front doors are only for weddings and funerals. Yes, yeah, exactly. No, we used to use our front door. We don't, obviously, as you guys know, we don't use the front door here. And even if we had weddings and funerals, they still wouldn't be able to use the front door, so they'd have to come around the back like everybody else. Oh dear. So yeah. Right, shall we crack on? I think there's a few people here. It'll do. We'll get started. I think. Why don't we? There's enough people to split votes if needs be, so that's fine. Right, we are on part 2 of using Rex Murphy, the reporter. We always use the side door into the boiler room, the bit where the fridge was. Ah, yeah. You are here, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I need a pencil. There we go. I have a pencil. I hope Silver's okay. Not heard from them since Monday. Oh no, that's not true. They popped in Discord this week. It's all good. And no doubt others will troop in as the evening wades on. Although, of course, some people may very well just be sat watching with the shenanigans that are happening. Right. So Rex Murphy, the reporter, his willpower of 3, intellect of 4, combat of 2. Our health is currently at 4. Our sanity's dropped 1 place to 8. We have 5 clues, 1 doom. Items that we carry: reporter's notebook, whiskey, Dr. Blaine's notebook, and inky fingers. Our abilities as a reporter: if we roll a 6 whilst using our intellect, we gain 1 clue. Our other abilities are seeker, and our weaknesses are Rex's curse, which is if we roll a double when using your intellect or willpower, treat the score on each dice as a 1. We're also cursed and allegedly a criminal. Secrets we have uncovered so far are Cracked, Hidden 4, The Entomologist, Family Photo, Location 9, and Family Gallery. Well, I'm hopping off again, need to jump into a number of voice channels through the night. No worries, Stephen, take care, and thank you for dropping by, and say hello to everybody for us, and we'll see you soon. Maisie's looking after Purdy, she's a wee bit poorly. Oh, poor love. No worries. Well, listen, have a good night, and hopefully you'll catch up on some sleep at some point over the next 48 hours. Yeah, cool. Cheers, Steve. Right, we were... I think we'd made our way to... have champagne on ice. Nice. Fingers crossed. I hope it's a good one. I really do hope it's a good one. We need to clear our names, says Kath. Probably. I mean, that's the thing. It's it may be quiet tonight because of the election. People are quite adamant to watch it. I've got my notes from last time here on the laptop. Excellent. I have your alternative notes on the back of my sheet of paper here as well. So let's just see what happens, shall we? Got the book here ready. Even better. So we're on 131 then. So the door... Oh, wait, no, we are at the house, aren't we? 55. Just quick recap, 55. Oh yes, that's right, we were in the gallery. We tried the other door that's opposite one. That's why we're going to 131 first. The door is unlocked. Opening it, you step through into a room. Oh, that's right! You awake to find yourself in a dark room.
I think you've got your shows crossed over.
No, the only light comes from the lamp in the corridor behind you, and as soon as you are searching for a light switch or even a candle and tinderbox, with a sudden bang, the door slams shut, plunging you into total darkness.
Can you even see the light switch?
How can you find the light switch? You need the light to see. Do you see?
Yeah, I see.
Bullshit, you see.
Oh, damn it.
Check pockets. They're of no interest to you, but it's very remarkable to know that pockets were made in the Czech Republic.
It's a hideous fashion choice, and you wouldn't have known because the room's so dark. But I decided to tell you.
You turn instinctively and grab for the door handle, but before you can give it a twist, you hear the click of a key turning in the lock. You have been locked in.
Oh dear.
How
Oh, that's a
rude!
shame. But how are you meant to escape the dark room?
How rude! Oh, my
No
camera
door.
is... What's up with my camera? My camera is tilted. Pourquoi is my camera tilted? Oh, books. There. You feel a rising sense of panic within you and your heart rate quickens. Ooh. Do you wish to try to force the door, or would you wish to remain calm and search the room, hoping to find a light switch or an electric lamp you can turn on? That force the door is not an option. Locked in and not even a crystal to buy ourselves out. I'm afraid not. It's a 3-minute game, team. Search room. D for do S for search room. Search room. Hey! Hey, Silver's in. Sorry I'm late. Stay calm and look for light sweets. Or a light switch, even. Remain calm as advised by the guide. Marvellous. We shall remain calm. We will try to remain calm and we will search, looking for some way out. Some way to help us. 91. How are you, Silver? Yes, I think everybody should look for light sweets. They sound yummy. Breathing deeply to slow your racing pulse, you turn from the door and cautiously creep further into the room. You follow the wall, keeping one hand in contact with the flopped wallpaper, caressing its subtly embossed surface, hoping to find a light switch. You take small steps so as not to hurt yourself should you come across a piece of furniture that has been hidden from you by the darkness.
Sorry, was that caressing a wall?
Yes!
You weird wall botherer, you.
What are you, some kind of wall botherer? But rather than a switch, the first thing your hand finds is a wooden picture frame.
This is you!
Arr!
I'm in a dark room.
Oh, fantastic. These walls are flocked.
Hey, what's that?
Is that a frame I feel before me? Who can tell? Silver's tired, been in a birthday party, the birthday person turned 80 years. Oh, fantastic. 80th birthday parties are great fun. I've only ever been to one in myself, and it was great. It was a great party. I had a thoroughly amazing day. I'd quite happily pay to see Jason doing a full-on darkroom pastiche, says Nathan.
Hey.
Be careful what you wish for. That's all I'll say.
Look, it's not as bad as me doing titration.
No, it is not, thankfully. Titration! No.
Ah.
No. Cass just read the section wrong, but I haven't. But rather than a... See, right, go away, Jason.
Ah.
Please, let me get on with this. As you draw your fingers across it, however, you find that the frame is rather thick for a watercolour or oil painting and is inset with a pane of glass. In fact, now you think about it, it feels more like a box. Jason is Robotron's apprentice, yes. In the dark, muffled silence of the room, you hear the faintest, briefest buttering of wings, and the glass of the wall-mounted display case vibrates in sympathy under your touch. You immediately snatch your hand away, as if instinctively fearing something might harm you, but you remain where you stand, listening intently. The sound comes again. It seems to be coming from behind the glass. Is there a fly or something similar trapped inside the case? Then a second set of buzzing wings. The sound, subtly different from the first, joins it in a disquieting counterpoint. And then a third, and a fourth, and a fifth. The buzzing becomes steadily louder and more intense, and you start to wonder if there is an entire swarm of bees trapped behind the glass. The darkness was merely your prison before, but now it has taken on a more threatening quality, filling your mind with all manner of illogical fears. Take -1 sanity, and the weakness, claustrophobia. It's no good. You cannot stay here a moment longer. You must get out. Turn to 71.
The very rare instance where exploring a room was bad.
Yes. Sanity down to 7. We're in the house with a woman who has a giant freaking wasp in her office. Yes. And also eats flies. Cass says, go on. We want to hear about titration.
Wow!
Nathan says, right, I'm out here, good night. Not to you, to the fact that we're in the house with the giant wasp woman. No, we'll do titration another time, shall we?
Aww.
Yeah, do it next week. Do it
Next week.
Do it next week when we're starting a new thing.
Okay.
It's probably her late night snack. Indeed, indeed. Rattling the door handle furiously to no effect, uncaring of who might hear you now, you slam your shoulder into the door. It remains stubbornly shut, but you imagine it gave a little under your impact. You try again, applying greater force this time, and whilst the door remains sealed, you hear what sounds like metal screws pulling within the wood fibre. Make a strength test, roll 1 die, and add your combat. It's a 5. You may spend 1 resource to roll 2 dice and pick the highest. Well, we still have no resources. If the total is 8 or more, turn to 16. If 7 or less, turn to 31. My apologies, it is 7 or less. We turn to 31. It's no good. No. No matter how hard you slam yourself against the door or tug on the handle, the door remains stubbornly closed. Unable to get out, you look for a light switch, but find none. You do not remain alone in your prison, however, as you are joined by a furious buzzing that seems to come from within the walls itself. When your captors finally deem to let you out in readiness for the part you will play from now on in their unholy ritual, you will be a gibbering wreck, unable to refuse them, your mind having been fractured by that incessant, maddening buzzing. The end. No. Oh bollocks indeed. Right, very simple. Very simple. We can fix this. Our sanity is at 8. We have not got claustrophobia. And instead of going across the hall to the room, like we did last week, we're going to go back to number 55. Let's go back to 55. Pleased but slightly surprised that you have not found anything more disturbing than a late 17th century painting of Puritan matriarchy within the gallery, you leave by the same way you came in and return to the corridor. Where do you wish to go from here? The door opposite, or make your way to the central hall of the house? 194. That is where we're off to. $194. That was simple. Can we knock the table and pretend we rolled higher? Oh, well, I suppose. Hadn't thought about that, really. 71. It went to 16. We'll lose another health. Our health's already at 4. We can just save ourselves. Because no, 151. Might take a different route, I suppose. We have to have a fight afterwards. Can we skip the music track? It may just be finished, actually. Sorry about that. This is one of those big compilation ones. I don't even know where they are. There we are. Well, hopefully that's okay. So the question is, do we cheat and then end up fighting a big, massive insect, or do we just walk our way down to the middle of the house and see what happens? Which way round do you want to go? Because I can reinstate stuff, but I don't mind. So if we were to say, go to the hall. Yeah, okay. So let's go to 194. I think that's probably the best. I think it's the best option right now. Right, so all's fine. Okay, so you're in the central hallway of the house. Where do you wish to look next? Would you like to explore the east wing of the house, or do you wish to try the grand double doors to your left? So E for east or D for doors, I guess. So we'd like to try the doors. Kath would like to go east. Nathan, you have the casting vote currently. Doors, okay. So, 2 for doors. Let's try that. A bit of matrimonial disharmony and all that. It'll be fine. Right, I'm going to try the grand double doors to the left. So it's 2, 6, 7. As you creep towards the door, the faint susurrus becomes incrementally louder, but you cannot determine whether it is an insect-like buzzing you can hear or the whispering of dozens of human voices. Do you wish to open the door, or do you wish to put your ear to the door and listen for a moment or two before opening it? Thanks, Stream Elements. Ear to the door, says Silver. Yeah, E for ear or O to open. Susurrus. Is it? Susurrus. Susurrus? Susurrus. Either or. Listen at the door, says Kath. Well, then, that's that. All 3 excellent. Ear to the door. So we're going to put our ear to the door. 287. Notice 20 higher again. Not saying Jonathan's got a system, but Jonathan has a system. Warily, you lean in close and press your ear to the warm wood. Over the thudding of your own pulse, closing your eyes to help you focus, you listen intently to the sounds being transmitted through the polished mahogany. Susurration is one of my favourite words. Good. It is definitely chanting voices you can hear, but you cannot tell how many. As you listen, you become lulled by the wave-like susurrus of the sound. The overlapping utterances remind you of the surf breaking on the shore, but then, as you listen harder, the lilting voices acquire a buzzing edge that unsettles you and reminds you of the roar of a wasp's nest. The buzzing becomes louder until it feels like the wasps are inside your skull. The world around you melts away, and in your mind's eye, you find yourself atop a hill, gazing down at the streets of Arkham. The sun is high in the sky, but is almost blotted out by the swarm of monstrous insects that is descending upon the town, and you can hear the screams of the townsfolk as they are assimilated by the droning horde. Lose 1 sanity and turn to 151. Oh gosh, we're going to 151 anyway. Well, there we go. So we're back down to 7 sanity, and we're going to 151. So we've just delayed the inevitable, I'm afraid. Your attention is suddenly grabbed by a sharp hum, and turning your head, you see 2 enormous insects buzzing towards you, their glass-like iridescent wings a flickering blur. It's the buzzing of the things from the dungeon dimensions. Indeed it is. The chitinous carapaces appear to have an oily sheen in the cool yellow glow that suffuses this part of the house. They look like an amalgamation of the most terrifying elements of a scarab beetle and a tarantula hawk. This is not going well. Did you say I can keep my treasure from last tower book? Yes, I think so, Silver. I think we can. As I said, I popped in Discord and said, yes, I think so. But I'll set things up early next week and I'll just double check. But it should. I think we can keep our treasure, so I should have a note of them from last time for everybody. You instinctively start to back away from the horror hornets as you consider your routes of escape and other options. What do you want to do? Stand your ground and prepare to battle, or flee from Abaddon House without a second thought? So S to stand or F to flee. Flee, says Silver. Flee. But we've barely uncovered anything. I just googled tarantula hawk. They're great big parasitoid wasps. Ew. Ew. Lovely. Just what we all need in our lives. Giant parasitic wasps. Get a really big shoe and splat them. I'm getting more unnerved. Let's get out of here, says Nathan. Well, there we go. That's it. It's 2-1, I'm afraid. We are fleeing. Fleeing the house. 166. We're not doing very well, guys. I hate to tell you this.
You die.
You turn tail and run, the hornet-like horrors powering after you in their 100 beats a second wings. Ahead of you stands the front door to the house. Other than the unnatural insects, there is no other sign of life nearby, and certainly no obvious human presence, so unimpeded, you race for the way out. Is it your imagination? Or can you hear a furious buzzing coming from behind the walnut panelling as you beat your hasty retreat through the house? You run as fast as you can, but you cannot outrun the humming horrors. Their furious buzzing pursues you, coming even closer, and you do your best to dodge out of their way of their jabbing stings and chomping mandibles. But as you reach the door, in the moment that it takes you to yank it open, one of the critters manages to sting you. It feels like white-hot pain. Of a needle has been driven into your back and you half fall at the threshold. The pain is so debilitating. Lose 1 health. It's down to 3 now. But then you were through the door and slamming it shut behind you again, trapping the creatures inside the house. Turn to 264. Steve says, I've arrived just at the right time. Yes, as we are legging it. Nathan said from Wikipedia, huh? A tarantula hawk wasps are relatively docile and rarely sting without provocation. However, the sting, particularly that of P. grosser, is among the most painful of all insects, though the intense pain only lasts about 5 minutes. One researcher described the pain as immediate, excruciating, unrelenting pain that simply shuts down one's ability to do anything except scream. Mental discipline simply does not work in these situations. So there we go. Option 1, don't get stung.
I love that. Just don't get stung.
Yep.
What, do you get the choice to get stung?
Well, obviously, yes. Just don't go anywhere near them. Option 1, stay away. Bong. Wasp news. Feck off, Sting. Exactly. Take your proboscis and leave. 264. So, needing some time to think, and somewhere you can go where you won't be looking over your shoulder the whole time in fear of something coming for you out of the darkness, you walk the streets of Arkham until you find yourself outside Velma's Diner once more. Entering, you take... Oh, I wonder if Velma's Diner adds up to 264. Entering, you take a seat at an empty corner booth lit by a warm yellow lamp. The eatery is quiet at this time of night, but not entirely empty, and it's not long before a steaming mug of bitter coffee and a piece of cake is placed in front of you both. Both are most welcome. Take +1 health and +1 willpower. Hooray! Back to 4 health and 4 willpower. Apparently they are found on all continents other than Europe and Antarctica, so just don't leave Europe. Or, if you do, take a plane from Europe to Antarctica. The more of this mystery you uncover, the more you realise that you must better prepare yourself in order to fight the coming darkness. Lost in thought as you consider all that has happened to you since you last enjoyed the security of the diner, even though you didn't appreciate it at the time, all that you have witnessed and the curious artefacts you have discovered, you do not notice the presence of the other until he takes a seat opposite you. Looking up at the waistcoat-wearing, grey-bearded gentleman, you strangle a cry of surprise so that it escapes your lips as nothing more than a breathless gasp. From behind wire-rimmed spectacles, the man fixes you with eyes that twinkle like the stars in the night sky. Finding your voice again, you manage to stammer the words, "Dr. Blaine, I presume?" If you have a handkerchief, turn to 244. If not, but you have Detective Harden's card, turn to 198. If not, but you have inky fingers, turn to 230, which we do. If not, but you have wet shoes, turn to 209. If you have none of these things, turn to 182. Well, we have inky fingers, so it looks like we're off to 230. We had the handkerchief the last time around. Hold up. Wasn't he the one that got murdered? Exactly! That's why it's so much of a surprise. Dead man walking. Now, bear in mind, we presumed he was dead. We didn't actually know. We never saw. And even though in the previous game, we know that we thought he was dead, as we surmised at the time, perhaps he had just been paralysed, giving the appearance of death. We don't know. We just don't know. So we're off to 230 anyway, because we've got inky fingers, because we went to jail on his behalf. Did he fake his own death? Well, let's find out. Your mind a whirl, you do not know what else to say, but Dr. Blaine fills the silence for you. Who do you think it was that bailed you out of jail? Slowly, things are starting to make sense, even if that semblance of sense seems closer to madness. If Dr. Blaine has been observing you from a safe distance this night, who else would have known you had been taken to the police station in the first place other than him? But if he is still alive, who or what was it that everyone took to be the dead Dr. Blaine? Turn to 182. So do you have it? The academic asks, as eager as an excitable schoolboy. What? You say, still struggling to come to terms with the revelation that the man is not dead as you had believed. The blade, he presses. Do you have it? Do you have a ceremonial dagger? Turn to 142. Or if not, turn to 162. We do not have a ceremonial dagger. We have inky fingers. And Dr. Blaine's notebook. And some whiskey. But other than that, I'm afraid not. We need to hunt harder. Dr. Blaine's smile falters for the first time since he joined you at your booth, and the twinkle goes from his eyes. It is replaced by a glaring expression, and you feel a creeping coldness spreading through your body, turning your legs to lead and your stomach to ice. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, Dr. Blaine says with crystal sharpness. Such a disappointment. I had thought that once you found the notebook, the breadcrumbs I left would ultimately lead you to the prize. What is he talking about? It wasn't as if you didn't have my help along the way, and yet here we are, and what would appear to be a dead end. Such a disappointment. Before you are aware of what he's doing, the old man reaches across the table and grabs you by the hand. His touch burns with cold, and you instinctively try to cry out, but the utterance freezes in your throat. I cannot enter Abaddon House myself due to a certain restriction and covenants to which I am beholden, but a useful idiot, someone not bound by such restrictions, and yet still under my instruction, knowingly or otherwise, could. The leaden chill continues to spread through your body, paralysing you and forcing you to listen to Dr. Blaine's confession. I couldn't risk trying to recruit you directly, of course. That would have raised your suspicions, and then you might not have done what I needed you to do. But never mind, I would just have to find myself another unwitting accomplice. With that, your body starts to shut down. In the face of the unremitting cold, the world retreats until it is only a pinprick of light amidst an oblivion of eternal darkness, and then even that tiny flicker of light is snuffed out. The end. You're dead again. It's only 10 o'clock. We've died twice. Yes, what indeed, Nathan? What indeed? We're not doing it all well, I'm afraid. He killed us. Can we say we have the dagger? No, because we have got nothing. Genuinely, we have nothing. If anything, Rex is even worse than Agnes. Can we cheat? Nathan, you were the one who wanted to leave the house. Bums, I think the phrase is. Thirty-seven moves. We should have splattered the wasps. Yeah, possibly. I just don't know. You have another we could go back to 55 again, okay? I'm going to go back to 55 at the top of the page. And this time, we're not going to listen at the door, right? Let's just go somewhere else. Try the east wing, okay? Or rather, 55, 194, which takes us to the hallway. 190, 1, 2, 3... 4. Let us explore the east wing of the house, okay? So 2, 3, 4. Is that okay with everybody? So we'll go back to the hall. We won't listen to the doors. We'll just try and check out the east wing. Because we've done one bit, and let's go and check the other bit out. What do you reckon? Yes? Or have I driven you all away? Yes, says Kath.
Well, you certainly haven't driven someone away.
Sorry? Hello, my darling.
You just got 2 seconds.
Yes, hello.
Just mute. Just 2 seconds.
There we are. We aren't doing great. Now what do we do?
Do better.
Do better, yes. Sorry. Just want to ask one quick question. We're going to go to the east wing of the house, 234, and let's see what we can find, if anything. Maybe a dagger. You never know. You're in the east wing of the house. The decor has the air of the previous century about it. 2 doors lead off from the corridor, one to the left and one further along to the right. Do you wish to try the door on the left or the door on the right, or do you wish to return to the central hall? Left or right? Let's hope they do better than last tours. Silver straight in with the left. Cass with the left. There we go. Nathan's on the left. Everybody's on the to the left. Steve's on the left. There's a 4. Hooray! Let's go left then. 25. The handle turns, the door opens, and you step through into the room of which the Explorers Society of Arkham would be proud. This is clearly a map room. A massive swing to the left there, yes indeed. The huge Mercator's projection of the world that covers one entire wall alone would have told you that, but there are large atlases open on a long table in the middle of the room, and there is a plan chest against an adjacent wall. Standing on a turned ebony pedestal of its own in one corner of the room next to the map wall is an ornately decorated globe. Opposite it, on the right-hand side of the huge map, is an entirely or an equally ornate celestial globe on a golden stand that shows the apparent position of the stars in the sky. It's the only option we could go for today of all days, indeed. Above the map of the world has been painted a quote from literature. "There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy." Hamlet, Act 1, Scene 5. You are alone in the map room, so what do you want to do now? Take a closer look at the Mercator's projection map, take a closer look at the globe of the earth, take a closer look at the celestial globe, stop the rustling in the corner, or leave the room. It is a great quote, isn't it?
What, stop the rustling in the corner?
No. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Which you should know off by heart. So I guess Mercator, Globe, Celestial. So M for Mercator, G for Globe, C for Celestial, or L to leave. MGCL. It could be the MCGL, then this would be the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Just putting this in here. Subscribed to 28 months! Currently in a 28-month streak! Oh my god, mate, thank you very much. That's absolutely intense. Thank you very much. Well, and do enjoy, continue to enjoy your ad-free viewing and, of course, the wonderful emotes when people use them. Celestial Globe, people are asking for, so let us all go Celestial Globe then. Most excellent. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. I forgot to write this down. 234 to 25, is that right? Just a little double check. 33, 24, yes. 25 to 70. 070. When does he get a long service award? Well, I think everybody gets a long service award, don't they? I need to come up with some new badges.
I was going to say, when does he get a new badge?
Well, the badges ran out at 24 months.
Make more.
Well, I don't know if I can. I need to double check. The Celestial Globe is a magnificent piece. You turn it with care, wondering at the way the constellations have been depicted as gods and monsters of classic myth. You suddenly find yourself unable to rotate the globe any further and hear a distinct click. What do you want to do now? We need some emotes that were better for horror games. Yes, true. You hope it's not too long. He hasn't got room. Hey Maisie, how you doing? Hi team, been here a while but staying quiet. Purred not okay. She's finding herself just a bit bloody around her mouth. Vet tomorrow, very unnerving. Poor love. Oh no. Has she caught herself, or has she eaten something and she's being sick and it's coming from there, or what? So, do we wish to now look at the Mercator projection map or take a closer look at the globe of the Earth? Or do you wish to leave the room? So M for Mercator, G for globe, L for leave. G for globe, says Silver. Nathan would like to see the globe as well. She's purring. I think she's got something in her mouth and catching it when she eats. There might have been tears tonight from oh my darling. Oh, like an abscess. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Oh, best thing is go see the vet. See what they say, as always. I'll give her a big cuddle from us. Cass says globe. It might be one of those ones with drinks cabinet inside it. Excellent. Good point. Good point. Could do with a stiff brandy about now, I think. Don't you reckon? But she's finding herself. She seems okay. Anyway, back to the games. Oh, you're fine, love. No worries. No worries. As long as you're okay. That's all that matters. Right. 107. Then we're gonna have a look at the globe. The globe is clearly quite old, but has been carefully preserved. You can't help give it a spin with its cradle. As it slows to a stop, you hear a soft click. It doesn't open to reveal a concealed drinks trolley. However, instead, part of the wall covered with the map of the world hinges open, revealing only blackness beyond. You found a secret door! There you go. Do you wish to see where the door leads? Or would you prefer to leave the room before something enters through the secret door? And if we do, we go to 151, which means we're going to get absolutely hammered. So let's see where the door leads, shall I? Because I think that's the best option to us. We don't want to go back to 151 again. Heck, and investigate. Damn straight. 136. Seems reasonable now we've found the door. Yeah. Not sure reason has anything to do with it around here. Ho 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 ho! I've arrived in time for a secret door, says Matty. Hey Matt, how you doing, mate? Welcome in. Absolutely. Now, this is interesting. Cautiously, you push the door open further and step through. You've not gone far into the darkness when you begin to notice a dull green glow. At the end of only a short passageway, you find yourself in a small room. The walls are covered with ornate wallpaper, the pattern on it making you think of tessellating flies. There is nothing in the room apart from a short plinth, on top of which, resting on a piece of black velvet, is what is clearly a knife of some kind. It puts you in mind of a ceremonial dagger. However, you are not entirely sure what it's made of. In this strange emerald light, you're not sure if it's metal. You're not even sure if the blade is made of some kind of stone. It looks almost organic, a material like horn or even shell. For the blade to have been hidden like this, you are sure it is an immense importance, if not actually some artifact of great power. All the evidence would also suggest that Professor Nida's father stole the blade in the first place. We've found the pointy stabby, indeed we have. Tack it, and let's get the heck out of here. Yes, I think you're quite right. You take the object in hand and immediately feel a renewed confidence, convinced that whatever travails still await you, you will be able to be more effectively overcome them armed with a curious knife. It is ultimately for that reason you decide to take it with you. After all, if you don't survive the night, maybe the town of Arkham won't either. Add the ceremonial dagger to your character sheet. Woohoo! All right then. I bet it's a giant wasp sting or something. Well, yes, it could be. Hey, Lamfam, how you doing? Welcome in. Yes, we're doing Jonathan's The Darkness Over Arkham, based on Arkham Horror, of course. We've just found a ceremonial dagger, and we're just about to leg it. Your heart races at having committed the crime of theft, and you do not feel like hanging about any longer. Leaving the secret room. Hello, it's been a bit since I've been able to... It is, and it's good to see you. So, well, welcome in. Leaving the secret room, you exit the map room and return to the corridor beyond to take the secret, "Is this a dagger I see before me?" and turn to 151. So we're going to have to go to 151 anyway. There we go. Secret noted. Secret room. Yes, indeed. Stab the wasps. Well, you know, you never know. You never know. 151 once more. Let's see what happens this time round. Because, of course, we could stand our ground and battle them. So, your attention is suddenly grabbed by a sharp hum, and turning your head, you see two enormous insects buzzing towards you, their glass-like iridescent wings a flickering blur. Their chitinous carapaces appear to have an oily sheen in the cool yellow glow that suffuses this part of the house. They look like an amalgamation of the most terrifying elements of a scarab beetle and a tarantula hawk, of which we know to be a horrible form of parasitic wasp. You instinctively start to back away from the horror hornets as you consider your routes of escape and other options. What do you wish to do now? Stand your ground and prepare to battle the monstrous insects, or flee from Abaddon House without a second thought. So, S to stay, G to go, I guess. I can't remember what we did last time. I think it was S to stay and F to flee last time. Stab the wasps. Stab the wasps. Lamfam, actually, if you're interested in this book at all of our previous VODs are on Twitch, but I've also put them on YouTube now. So there is I've got a new YouTube channel that I'm promoting. Hey, why not go and have a look at my new YouTube channel, folks? It's amazing.
Cough, cough, self-promo, cough, cough.
Cough, cough, self-promo, cough, cough. I know. Where is it? Let's go there. I would like to know more about this view channel. Let's take that. What you doing? What you do? There we go. That's what I want. That. And that. And there you go. There's my new channel. Go and sub to that. Say hello. And have a look at the previous videos that are all there. Yum, yum, yum. Good fun. Right. Stand and fight. Stand, stabby, stabby. Guess we're going to fight this time round. Excellent. 205 then. Yes, anybody who's watching the VOD, go to that video, go to that link. And so if you're watching it on Twitch, go to that link and also sub to the channel there, because a follow costs nothing. And that'd be quite nice, thank you very much. 205 then, let's go stabby stabby. See what happens. Okay. Your pulse thudding in your ears, you prepare to battle the beetle-like wasps. You may spend 1 resource at the start of each round to add 2 to your total for that round. Well, we have no resources. Again. Round 1, roll 2 dice and add your combat. Our combat is currently 2. If we have the weakness fear of insects, deduct 2. Ooh, okay. Right, so we need to roll 13 or more to win the first round, okay? So 2 dice plus combat. Eesh. Pray for high. How do we get resources? I don't know. Presumably we get them as we go along. 4, 6. That's not good, is it? Awesome. I'll check out your YouTube channel and sub. Is it Gamebook? Yeah. Yes. So that particular channel is entirely for the Gamebook stuff. So it's started it with this. I should have put up all of the others. I haven't, but I may go back and upload some of the others, or we'll just add them as we go. But primarily, yes, we're starting with this one. The first 3 vids are up for this. This is the last week we're going to do this. I will then put those 4 vids into a folder, and that folder will become the Darkness Over Arkham, and we'll just create a new folder for each new book we get as we do them on the Thursday. That's the plan, anyway, and hopefully people like that, because we're definitely not getting the footfall that I would have liked over here, but never mind. Such is the way it is. Right, so that was 6, which is not great. If you lose the first round, lose 1 health. Ouch. Back down to 3 health. Not great. Round 2, roll 2 dice and add your combat. If you're the weakness for your insect, if your total is 14 or more, you win the second. Oh my god. You know we're not going to do well at all. We're going to get stung again.
Great job.
Yeah, I'm going to re-roll. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ouch. Oh well. Did we lose the second round? Yes, 225. Are we going to get out? No! You do your best to fend off the giant insects, but no matter how hard you struggle, they still manage to evade your guard and plunge their vicious stingers into your body again and again. Each time it happens, it feels like you're being stabbed by something wielding a railway spike that has been heated in a blacksmith's forge. In the end, knowing that you cannot defeat them, you give up trying to harm them and stumble through the house searching for a way out, but the insect's poison is already coursing through your body, and every step you take, every move you make, every breath you take, they'll be watching you, and you simply send it through your bloodstream with ever greater rapidity. At the front door, a means of escape comes within sight. Your vision blurs, your chest constricts, and gasping for breath, you collapse onto the hallway carpet. Your vision greys to black, and somewhere at the edge of hearing, as if coming from very far off, you can make out the insistent droning of insects. The end. Let's go back and leave the house. Yes, I think you're right, Silver. Ah, dear. So instead of fighting at 151, we're going to leg it at the house this time and go to 166. Not again, says Nathan. I know, we absolutely. What's that? That's 1, 2. That's our third death this evening. Well done. That one, 20 minutes. 166 then, just to keep the flow going. So 151, flee from Abaddon House without a second thought, turn to 166. Yes, let us do that. Right, we run out the house. Can we hear furious buzzing? We run as fast as we can. One of the thing touches what feels like a white hot needle being driven into your back. We lose 1 health. I'm just going to leave that as the health that we've already lost. Turn to 264. 264. I think that's us wandering the streets. Take +1 health and +1 willpower. Oh yes, we'll go back to the diner. Take +1 health, which will take us back up to 4. I think I didn't remove the willpower previously, so I'll just leave it at 4. And we'll go with that. Are we Bill Murray Groundhog Day? Yeah, possibly. It's Arkham. The horrors are cosmic and death or madness. Like, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It is very much that. For those of you who weren't here earlier, nothing seems... I'll read this. Nothing... Needing some time to think and somewhere to go, we end up going back to Velma's diner. We take a seat and it's nice and quiet at this time of night, and it's not long before a big steaming mug of coffee and a piece of cake is placed in front of us. The more of this mystery you uncover, the more you realise that you must better prepare yourself in order to fight the coming darkness. Lost in thought, all you consider is that as you consider all that's happened to you since you last enjoyed the security of the diner, even though you didn't appreciate it at the time, all that you've witnessed and the curious artefacts you've discovered, you do not notice the presence of the other until he takes a seat opposite you. Looking up at the waistcoated grey-bearded gentleman, you strangle a cry of surprise so that it escapes your lips as nothing more than a breathless gasp. From behind wire-rimmed spectacles, the man fixes you with eyes that twinkle like the stars in the night. Finding your voice again, you manage to stammer the words, "Dr. Blaine, I presume?" For those of you who weren't here, he is the guy who was killed at the beginning of the story. Do you have a handkerchief? Turn to 244. If not, but you have Detective Harden's cards, turn to 198. If not, but you have Inky Fingers, turn to 230. Well, that's the one we have to go to 2. So 230. We have Inky Fingers because he helped us get out of jail. Your mind a whirl, you do not know what else to say, but Dr. Blaine fills the silence for you. Who do you think it was that bailed you out of jail? Slowly things are starting to make sense. If Dr. Blaine has been observing you from a safe distance this night, who else would have known that you would have been taken to the police station in the first place? But he's still alive. Who or what was it that everyone took to be the dead Dr. Blaine? 182. Quickly run through this section. So do you have it? The academic asked, as eager as an excitable schoolboy. What? You are still struggling to come to terms with the revelation that the man is not dead, as you had believed. The blade, he presses. Do you have it? Do you have a ceremonial dagger? Turned to 142. Yes, we do. Now, thankfully. So let us find out. What happens anew? Something tells me you already know I do, you say, leaving the ceremonial dagger where it is, hidden inside your coat. I want to see it, Dr. Blaine says, the excitement clear in his voice. Show it to me. Before I do, why don't you tell me why it's so important to you? The academic regards you for a moment as a cat may regard a cornered mouse. It is the blade of Aconyte, he says, evidently having made up his mind to be open with you. And what is that? As I'm sure you've already worked out, it is an artifact of great power. But what do you want with it, you ask, putting a hand on the blade within your coat. You suspect that the real answer isn't that he wants to take it for safekeeping within Miskatonic University's collection of curios and esoteric texts. Very well. Due to the path I've taken in life and promises I've made, I am bound by certain restrictions that have prevented me from entering Abaddon House. But enter the house I must, if I am to prevent the imminent apocalypse that faces us now, and the blade is the key that will permit me entrance. Apocalypse? Dr. Blaine doesn't mince his words, and you are sure he's serious too, or at least fervently believes what he is telling you. Before you go any further, you demand that he tells you what is going on. You decoded my notebook, didn't you? Do you not recall the prophecy? A god will rise in Arkham. Professor Nidus is working to make it her god that claims domination. I need your help to stop her. What do you want to do? Do you agree to help Dr. Blaine thwart Professor Nidus' plans, or do you refuse? Ooh. What shall it be? Silver says help. So H to help, R to refuse, I guess. Help him, says Nathan. Fair enough. Looking for a specific horse colours in Minecraft is a pain in the butt. Why do you need specific horse colours, Silver? Are you trying to collect them all? Help him, I don't like the sound of being in the power of the wasp god. Help, says Steve, and that's, I think, just a general cry from Steve. What are you up to, young man?
Just playing some games whilst watching a video.
Take a look. Is it fun having 3 screens?
Yes, I can do so much more at once.
Every time I hear Abaddon House, my brain goes, address no fixed abode yet. I'm with you on that one, Steve. Absolutely 100% with you on that. Lost my day 1 horse. She just disappeared. I want to remake her. Aw, mate, I'm so sorry about that. Can you not dye them like you dye sheep, says Kath. I don't know, actually. I've never tried. I've never had a horse, to be honest. Lindsay keeps catching them and just has like a corral of them. I've got one. Well, it's not even mine. It was already there in the village. So, you know, I'm not saying that it's mine. I'm just saying that it's there if I want it. Loads of horse armour, but no actual horse. So, we are going to go... I fell into an internet black hole the other night looking up Abaddon. I'm not surprised. Abaddon hope all ye who enter. So, we're going to help the doctor, I believe. Is that right? I had a horse. Have I got a horse on the server? Have I? Where? Where is it? It lived in the island base we had. Oh yeah, no, that's not mine. That's Jason's. That's Jason's horse.
What's my horse?
The horse on the island, on the server.
Oh yeah,
At
that's
Spawn.
mine, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's Jason's. Oh, that's not mine. Yeah. Abaddon, Anon, and Ariston. Yes, indeed. Yeah, no, that's not mine, Kath. That's Jason's. He just lives there. The island is his. I have cattle. I have loads of cattle and sheep. That's all I have. Right, let's go and help. Let's help Dr. Blaine thwart Professor Nidus' plans. Let's turn to 88. Oh, somebody's a bit insistent in the old tubular bells there. I will help you, you tell Dr. Blaine, whilst also harbouring concerns regarding his personal motivations in this matter. However, you are in too deep to back out now. Aware of that danger Arkham is in, you have no choice but to help. But the blade remains in my possession, you tell him. For a moment, from the look in the academic's eyes, you feel that Dr. Blaine may take steps to steal the knife from you, but then the stormy expression passes. He says calmly, "Very well." He rises stiffly and gestures for you to follow him. Warily, you do so as he leaves the warmth of the diner for the cold and darkness of the night beyond its railcar walls. As the two of you set off for French Hill, Dr. Blaine says, "The cult of assimilation has acquired the means to bring their god into the world from where it waits in droning darkness. Another reason I'm recreating a horse named Benjamin, another horse in my first Minecraft world." Ah, nice. And Professor Nidus is the head of the cult, you ask? Here in Arkham, yes. They are dangerous, all of them. They worship Ezel Zen Rezel, the Lord of Swarms. The Ezel Zen Rezel hive seeks to assimilate all organic life into itself, and its human devotees are working for it to achieve that goal. The weak-minded fools believe assimilation into the swarm to be an honour. Can you imagine? Your skin crawls at the thought of thousands of insect bodies scuttling all over you. The cult plans to unleash the swarm upon Arkham, and they will do so this very night, unless we stop them. Turn to 69, dude. There's my music stopped again. No, I am still listening. Keep playing. Thank you. Right. So, in no time at all, you are standing at the bottom of the drive leading up to Abaddon House once more. In fact, your app's been a bit funny. Okay, no worries. We're all good, we're all good. In fact, you are not entirely sure how you got here so quickly, only that your memory of the journey here is a blur. Dr. Blaine is watching you with an unsettling look of gleeful interest, like a scientific researcher observing a rat in a maze. How did we get here so... You begin to ask, but time is of the essence, Dr. Blaine interrupts. All that matters is that we are here, but now we must enter the house. Having been here already tonight, what do you want to suggest is the best way of getting in? Front door, break in through a side window, or try something else? Posted a photo of him on Discord in the Minecraft channel. Oh, lovely. Do I have that? I do. Discord. Wow. Mr. Benjamin, he was fast, he could jump 5 blocks, he had 15 hearts, so it's going to be a pain trying to breed a horse like him. That is cool. It's a piebald. Nice. That's so cool. Let me see if I can. Window capture. No, let's go for that one. There we go, and we'll just quickly flick that on. There we go. move that up a bit. There we are. There is Benjamin. He's so cute. So cute. No, I've not either, yeah. In real life, the horse coat is called dappled grey. Ah. Cool. Right, well, there we go. That's lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Silver. Much appreciated. Good fun. Right, so everybody wants to try the side window, but avoiding the nail this time. Right, okay, so breaking through a side window, turn to 15. Let's see what it says. The two of you skirt around the side of the house, hoping to find a casement that's been left ajar. Unfortunately, you find no such thing. The house is locked up tight, but you're not going to let that stop you. Picking up a choice stone from a flower bed that lies beneath a suitable window, you strike it against the bottom corner of the window with a sharp crack as the pane shatters. Carefully reaching through, you unhook the latch and swing the window open. But as you go to climb through it into the darkened room beyond, the academic holds back. Wait, he says, his voice tense. You must cut through the eldritch wards as well as breach any physical barriers. Take out the knife. Ha! Yes, so did I. Sorry, Kath, so did I. Hope that was okay. You vacillate for a moment before doing as he says. The blade feels heavy in your hand and strangely warm, as if it were a living thing. Like this. And he mimes the motions he wishes you to make with the ritual blade. You mimic his actions and he visibly relaxes, but this only makes you feel more uneasy. What can be the nature of the promises he made that he can be kept from entering the property unless the mystical wards of protection that have been cast upon it are repelled first? We may now proceed. At the doctor's behest, you climb through the window. Amorphous black shapes loom at you out of the oppressive darkness, but they only prove to be a tall boy and a pair of wing-back chairs. Finding the door to the room, you open it and emerge into the familiar surroundings of the house's interior. On the walls there are the same scenes of the Arkham of 100 years ago and the same rich velvet drapes. But the pictures and soft furnishings are not the only familiar presence here. What need does the cult have for human guards when it has the creatures of the swarm to serve as sentries? The furious buzzing of the creature alerts you to their presence before you see them. Looking up proves to be a mistake as a pair of huge, ugly insects descend towards you. You see nightmarish beetle-like wasps crawling about the architraves and plaster cornicing like honeybees milling around the entrance to a hive. Trilogogs! Dr. Blaine mutters under his breath. It is apparent to you that the monstrous bugs are guarding the way to the pair of doors at the end of the hallway, opposite the main entrance to the house. And he points towards the brass-handled double doors. That's the way we must go. But we're not going to get it without a fight, you point out. Then fight we must, declares your companion. A light suddenly flares in his hand, seemingly without any obvious means to make it, and the tiny tang of ozone fills the air. But rather than worry about what Dr. Blaine is doing, focus your attention on the approaching insects. You may spend one resource at the start of each round and add 2 to your total for that round. Round 1, roll 2 dice and add your combat if you have the weakness fear of insects. We don't. Oh god, they want 15 or more. What? That's impossible. Our combat's only 2. Even if we rolled a double 6, and of course bear in mind if we roll a double, oh no it's not, it's an intellect or willpower, that doesn't matter. We need to win this fight, otherwise we die again. I don't know what happens, because we can't win round 1. It's physically impossible, which means we can't win round 2. The only possibility is to roll 13 or more and win round 3. So win round 1, roll 2 dice and add your combat. If the total is 15 or more, you win the first round. Well, we don't, because it's only ever going to be 14. Roll round 2, roll 2 dice and add your combat. Again, it's only ever going to be 14. Round 3, roll 2 dice and add your combat. If your total is 13 or more, you win the third round. So that's all we can do. This is ridiculous. So double 6 and 2 is 14. Lucky us. If your total is 13 or more, you win the third round. We've won the third round. Hooray. Turn to 74. I know. I don't get it either. It's a mad dynamic. It's a mad dynamic. But we've rolled a double 6, and that's all well and good. We weren't using our intellect, we were using combat, so that doesn't help us in gaining any more clues. But we do move on to 74. Did you genuinely roll that, or did... No, I just literally rolled that double 6, Kath. Double 6. Rolled it. I do like these dodeca D6s. They are actually really nice. Because to me, I think they're actually really evenly rolling. We've had good highs and good lows on both, so I'm really pleased with them. You missed it. I will wind the VOD back. Go back and clip it. Genuinely. Double 6. Didn't touch him, just shook him, dropped him. Double 6. 74 then. Hooray. At least we're getting a bit of luck now after the four deaths. 3 deaths? 4 deaths? Struggling not to eat my Oreo cake. Oh no! Save it for tomorrow, Silver. Save it for tomorrow. Excuse me. 74. The Hornet-like horrors drop out of the air, some of them smoking, their bodies burnt to a crisp by the esoteric powers Dr. Blaine appears to have at his disposal. The blade was just as effective at stopping the creatures, and the rush of exhilaration you feel battling the bugs still hums through every nerve and fibre of your body. Dr. Blaine doesn't hesitate throwing open the double doors, and you hurry after him before more of the monstrous insects make an appearance, closing the doors firmly behind you. You are in another passageway, this one much shorter than the last, and to your left is a single unadorned door that has been left slightly ajar. While in front of you is a second set of double doors. You are startled when you hear a buzzing drone again and fear yet another trap from the Trilogogs. It takes you a moment to realise it isn't the droning of insects you can hear, but the droning of human voices, coming from beyond the next portal. "The ceremony has already begun," hisses Dr. Blaine, making for the double doors. "But now it is your turn to advise caution." "Caution, team? Is such a direct approach wise?" you ask him. "We are only 2, and will be sorely outnumbered by Professor Nidus and her followers." Dr. Blaine turns to face you. "Then what do you suggest?" Quickly scanning the corridor, you consider your options, but they are sadly lacking. There is the matter of the door to your left, however. If you want to see what lies beyond the open door, turn to 53, or do you wish to follow Dr. Blaine's lead and advance to the next set of doors? So, is it... L for left, or A for ahead? Go through the first door. To the left. The small door to the left that's open. Left. Yeah, okay. Nathan's also looking to go left. Will Dr. Blaine follow us? What are Dr. Bremer's plans? Oh no, we've lost everybody else. No, where have you gone?
I don't think they liked Dr. Bremer's plan.
You don't think they like Dr. Bremer? So Maisie would like to go left as well. I'm here. Yay! That's not bad. We're about 5 or 6 seconds behind on the stream, considering. I've killed everybody else off there. They're all dead. They're all dead, Jim. Hi, sorry, there's a lot going on. No, Steve, mate, yeah, I'm joking. Don't worry. Genuinely, not a worry. I'm sure you're up to your eyeballs in in I couldn't speak a word of English. Everybody's dead, Dave. Yeah, I know. Just, yes, I'm alive. Just, oh, cat. We're here. Oh, 4 people want to go and check the left-hand door, so that's probably just programming a few tracks to play out straight after you. Oh no, absolutely. Full-time job, mate. Full-time job. Oh, Kath, only 4.5 hours sleep. I'm so sorry. Well, hopefully you'll sleep better tonight. We won't go too late tonight. Right, let us see how we go, and let us go through the open door. Excuse me, 50. I've got hiccups. Pardon me, 53. You've now got Beyonce in your head. Well, that's not bad. I wouldn't mind having Beyonce in my head. Sorry, in my bed. No, in my head, yes. Silver only got 5. I got 6. Yeah, I got 6 last night. Which was not bad, actually, considering. 53 then. Through the door you find yourself in what is clearly a robing room. Like a church vestry, there is hanging room for what looks like dozens of robes. Most of the open wardrobes are empty, but there are a few cultist robes that haven't been collected. They look like monks' habits made of black cloth with deep hoods. They are also long enough to cover the whole body, right down to the ankles. If you wish to persuade Dr. Blaine that it might be wise to disguise yourselves before going any further, record the cultist robes on your character sheet. Whatever you decide, there is no other way in or out of this room other than the door you entered through, and so you leave the way you came and make for the double doors. Silver says it's their own fault they stayed up way too long playing Minecraft. Nice. Insomniacs of the world unite, indeed. Disguise is a good idea, yes. You got one up one down at 7? Oh, poor love. If it's anything like a real church vestry, there's probably a half-drunk cup of tea somewhere. Right, well, let us put cultist robes on. And so that gives us next to our ceremonial dagger. Cultist robes. And we're off to 72. Kick down that door, boot open that portico, see what's on the other side. Putting a hand to one of the doors, Dr. Blaine opens it cautiously. You're immediately struck by the drone-like chanting coming from the space beyond, as well as a startling compost heat. It smells like a tropical greenhouse. Joining Dr. Blaine at the crack of the open door, you peer inside. What lies beyond would appear to be a conservatory, lit by myriad bright lights and packed with all manner of exotic plants. It is buzzing with insect life. And several decades of random crap that people have donated to the church because it might be useful. Yes, I could imagine that. Beyond the construction of a glass and cast iron high above your beyond the construction of glass and cast iron high above your head, a full moon bathes Abaddon House in its cold light. The purpose-built flower beds and numerous terracotta pots of varying sizes that hold the plants mark out 4 quadrants of the circular conservatory. The spaces between are filled with black-robed cultists, all chanting the same hypnotic refrain over and over, whilst the insects that throng the air bring their own strange music to the monotonous incantations. Ooh, I like a greenhouse, says Kath. Indeed. At the centre of the conservatory is a raised stone plinth, and atop this stands another black-clad cultist. Their hood has been thrown back, and you see that it is the woman from the diner, Professor Nidus herself. She is leading the chant, whilst holding her hands out over the mouth of a curious clay pot. It rests on top of a stone table in front of her that is also made of orange terracotta, but gives the impression of being far more ancient. The conical vessel has been decorated to look like a giant cicada, and it is open at the top, and at the same time, the body of the cicada is marked with crude symbols that look like they've been scratched into the clay with nothing more than the potter's fingernail. I hear killed by drones. Come on, Dr. Blaine whispers and slips through the door into the conservatory. Not knowing what else to do, you follow. As the doors swing shut again behind you, heads turn in your direction. You're horrified to see that many of them are hidden behind masks that appear to have been fashioned from human skulls. Are you wearing cultist robes? Turn to 124. Indeed, we bloody well are. Damn straight. Happy that you are part of the cult, the heads in question return their attention to Professor Nidus and the curious vessel standing on the stone table in front of you. Your disguise worked. That was good thinking. Take +1 intellect. Ooh. We've gone up to 5. We're so smart. Leaning in close to Dr. Blaine, you whisper, "What do we do now?" "We wait," he replies, his eyes fixed on Professor Nidus too. "Now, be quiet." You feel tense. What is he waiting for? If the worshippers of Ezel Zen Rezel need to be stopped, then surely the ritual needs to be brought to an end as quickly as is humanly possible. What do you think is best to do? Do as Dr. Blaine commands and wait, or take matters into your own hands and do something to interrupt the ritual? Wait, or W to wait, or I to interrupt. Mazybug and Silver both going for wait. Kath's waiting, Nathan's waiting. It's all very weighted in and around here. All you ever say is, indeed. Uh-oh. Let us find out then. As Dr. Blaine commands, we wait. Turn to 256. I just looked at the entry for wait. Oh no, Kath! Spoilers, sweetie. Spoilers. Well, worst case scenario, we can... Doctor. Well, I hate to tell you, but... Doing nothing to disrupt the ritual, you watch and wait. The incomprehensible chanting becomes infused with an intense buzzing as the cultists repeat the name of their god over and over. Ezel Zen Rezel, Ezel Zen Rezel, Ezel Zen Rezel. Only the buzzing sound isn't just being made by the ecstatic devotees of the swarm, it's being produced by the buzzing insects that fill the conservatory too, and by something else. As you continue to watch and wait, the ritual reaches its climax and the voices of the cult raise in jubilation. Professor Nidus throws her hands into the air and from the mouth of the clay pot pulls a torrent of huge black insects. They look like a grotesque cross between a scarab beetle and a tarantula hawk. Funnily enough, I think we've met these before. The creatures quickly fill the conservatory, blackening the air and blocking your view of what is happening upon the plinth. In mere moments, hundreds have emerged from the impossible vessel, then thousands, then tens of thousands, and then the screaming begins. Dr. Blaine has mistimed things terribly. The fool. You hear him give voice to an exclamation of bitter regret before his words are drowned out by the buzzing voice of the swarm. Ezor Zenrezel is not one being, but a gestalt entity, an incomprehensibly huge hive mind made up of billions of the creatures of the cult of assimilation, called Trilogogs. A portion of this impossible swarm emerges now, using the Cicada vessel as a way into the world. Like some biblical plague of locusts. And like locusts, the Trilogogs start to scour the conservatory of all organic material, intending to ultimately make it part of the Izel Zen Rezel. That includes all the exotic plants growing in the conservatory, every single one of the cultists trapped within, Professor Nidus, Dr. Blaine, and you. The end. Wow. Death number 4. Well done, folks. So, 1, 2, 4. Shall we take matters into our own hands and do something to interrupt the ritual? Yes, let's. Turn into 24. I think so, Steve. Beyond Minecraft, on a Thursday adventure book stream, yes, I think so. 2, 3, 4. That's at least 4, potentially 5. I may not have noted one down. This is definitely the most deaths we've had. I think we need to tell Jonathan he's worse than Ian. Well, do you know, it's a high accolade, and I think Jonathan has surpassed himself on this one. Right, 24 then. Let's see if we can get a little bit further. It's been a record-setting stream. It is. Absolutely 100%. Right, let's see whether we can get any further, or will we die again? You can't wait for whatever Dr. Blaine has in mind to occur. He might have provided you with some of the clues, but you have unravelled this mystery yourself. You are beholden to no man, especially one who you are now convinced has ulterior motives of his own. So what do you want to do? See if you have something about your person that you can use against the cult, attack the cultists, or come up with some other strategy. What will it be? And why are you now not playing? I was going to say, it's the same piece of music without the music box. Ha! What have we got in our inventory? Nothing. No, we've got some whiskey, Dr. Blaine's notebook, inky fingers, ceremonial dagger, and our cultist's robes. And that is pretty much it. And 5 clues. We really have nothing. We might be able to Molotov cocktail them or something. This guinea pig! Oh, Nathan, I must remember to send... I've just realised, of course, I was thinking about it the other day. Please do not choose the yellow option. I've just realised I haven't sent you those videos, have I, from UK Games Expo, when you were a wall. Your fabulous genitals! Or any one of these other 4 rhyming options. Clock, cock, dock, or rock.
Sock.
Sock is not an option.
Pah! Get socked.
So yes, I must remember to post them down to you. I'll stick them in WhatsApp and send them down to you that way. I'll remember to do it tomorrow. So what are we going to do? Do we have something about our person? Well, we have the dagger, obviously. Do we wish to attack the cultists? Come up with another strategy. What's it going to be? I mean, what does 48 say? Ah, none of the. We don't have any of those. Come up with another strategy. Clutching at straws here now. Ooh, no. Okay. Come up with another strategy. Yeah, Nathan, grab your pearls. I wish I could hear. You know, I'm going to have to sort these things out. Did anybody actually hear that? Did that even come through? I don't know. I didn't hear it. No, says Mary. No. See, I've got to sort these bloody things out. It's useless. Just as well we don't charge for these things around here, because then we'd have to reimburse people money all the time. Oh, itchy eye. Itchy eye. Right, so we're going to come up with another strategy, which I think is actually the most valid option there. It gives us it gives us options. So 24. We're going to go to 109. Options. Surely the best way to disrupt the ritual is to create a little chaos within the conservatory, but how are you going to do that? Desperately you take in your surroundings, hoping that they might provide you with the inspiration you need. Make an invention test. Roll 1 die and add your intellect. You may spend 1 clue to roll 2 die and pick the highest. Do you wish to use, I don't know, flash them, throw a rock, sneeze, anything? So, we need to get a total of 8 or more. Our intelligence is 5, so we only need a roll of 3. Do you want to spend 1 clue to be able to roll 2 dice simultaneously? We have 5 clues at the moment. Use a clue, says Kath. Yes, yes. Right, okay. In which case then we will use 1 clue. I need to spend a clue. So we will have. Come here, Rex, mate. That's what you're meant to be there for, not the pencil. So we will spend a clue. So we've got 4. I'm going to roll 2 dice. Double 6s. Again. Just saying. Pair of 6s. So these dice were a very good investment. I know, double 6s again. What are the odds? So, yeah, we've spent a clue, but it doesn't matter. 6 plus 5 is 11. That gives us 8 or more, turning to 129. Notice 20 higher. Luck may finally be in our favour. Distracting the disciples and disrupting the ritual is only the first step, but surely it would be better for whatever you intend to do next if those present didn't find it so easy to see you. Using whatever you have to hand, you target one of the lamps that illuminates the conservatory and let fly. There's a sharp pop as you score a direct hit, and gasps go up from some of those present. But by then you've already targeted another light bulb, then another, and another. Take 1 intellect and turn to 13. Our intellect has now gone up to 6. Go us. We're so intelligent. We is bright, unlike the bulbs, which are not. 13. Getting better results without a dice tower. I know. I noticed that myself. I haven't actually tried them in the dice tower. Just because they're dodeca dice. just thought it'd be just dodeca d6s. So, twice the option, twice the chance of getting a 6, but also twice the chance of getting a 1. I also bought some dodeca d4s for the Ollie Mac stuff as well, so hopefully we'll use those next week. A scream suddenly rises from the woman standing atop the stone platform, a scream that embodies all the High Priestess' rage and frustration, and for the first time the cult of assimilation falters in its chanting. All eyes follow her gaze, including yours. Beyond the glass panels that form the roof of the conservatory, the night sky is clear of clouds. You can see the round white orb of the moon set amid set amid a myriad of diamond stars. But at the same time, you can see the Earth's shadow starting to slowly creep across the face of the moon. But what is the significance of this to cause such a reaction to Professor Nidus? Did her ritual need to be completed before the eclipse occurred? A myriad of periods, yes. No, just a myriad amid a myriad of diamonds. Did her ritual need to be completed before the eclipse occurred? In the next moment, you have your answer. There is something approaching Abaddon House through the night, and as it draws closer, the light filling the conservatory bathes the hideous, impossible monstrosity in a jaundiced yellow glow. You have seen too many unbelievable things this night, but nothing like what approaches the cult of assimilation stronghold now. In the most base sense, it looks like a bird, but that it has outstretched wings and a beak-like mouth. But in truth, its wings are colossal, like those of some giant bat, and its mouth is a gaping maw lined with elongated fangs that appear to be extrusions of the beak itself. But there is something else even more unsettling about the creature than its appearance. It seems not to be quite there, for when you try to focus on it, its body appears blurred, as if it is out of focus or made from some incorporeal substance, such as a mist or maybe smoke. As the creature approaches you from out of the night, it gives a screeching cry that can be clearly heard inside the cult's meeting place, and sounds as if it foretells the doom of all of those within. Oh crap, now we've got 2 ancient horrors to deal with. Oh, this doesn't bode well for our chances of avoiding yet another death. With every beat of the avian's wings comes another shocking revelation, for riding on the back of the great beast is a man. Dr. War! Hisses Dr. Blaine at your side. He's not been idle either. But the worst is yet to come, and as you and everyone else within the conservatory awaits the arrival of the errant astrophysicist, the Earth's obstruction of the sun's light becomes total, and the moon goes black. Something immediately changes. The hole in the sky where the moon hangs appears to become exactly that, a hole. Where you know the moon hangs in orbit 250,000 miles above the Earth, all you can see now is a yawning void. Make that 3 ancient horrors, yeah. Not the void of space, but the void of a hole between realities. Where there should be the Earth's natural satellite, there is now a gaping portal, an opening between your universe and another alien cosmos. Within the gateway between realities, something moves, something vast. An entity of claws, multiple distended jaws and myriad eyes emerging from the interstellar mists of planetary nurseries. Make a self-control test. Roll 1 die, add your willpower and your sanity. You may spend 1 resource to roll 2. Well, I haven't got a resource. And pick the highest. What's the result? 1 die, willpower and sanity. So sanity is 7, willpower is 4. That gives us an 11. We don't even need to roll the dice. Total of 10 or more, turn to 292. So with our willpower and sanity, we have more than enough. We're going to 292. Oh my god. Okay. What is going on? Is the whole world run to madness? Are you the only sane person left within it? You cannot let the arrival of this new faction prevent you from completing your mission. Professor Nidus' ritual must be stopped. Look at us being all sane, I know. Ezel Zen Rizel cannot be permitted to conquer Arkham, and neither can whatever impossible entity Dr. War has sold his soul to. Members of the cult of the empty sky, Dr. Blaine says, as if reading your mind. They worship Selenus, the empty sky. They are nihilists and believe there is no point to anything, and therefore embrace death as the only logical answer. Watch out for them. They fear nothing, least of all their own death. But perhaps you can work this situation to your own advantage. It would appear the ritual to summon the swarm god has already been interrupted, and the cult of assimilation is now focused on ridding the conservatory of Dr. War and his followers. If you lent your aid to one of the two warring factions, you might resolve this conflict more quickly one way or another, and then be in a better position to deal with the aftermath. Or you could keep out of things and let the two sides destroy each other, and just hope you're not caught in the crossfire. Then again, you are convinced Dr. Blaine knows more about what is going on here than he has deigned to share with you so far. So what do you do? Do you wish to press home your attack against the followers of the Swarm God? Do you wish to bring the battle to the worshippers of the Selenus, the empty sky? Or do you wish to hold back and demand Dr. Blaine tells you the truth? So S for Selenus, S for Swarm God, E for Empty Sky, or B for Blaine, which spells that Seb. Oh, Jason has gone. Hold back, says Silver. Truth, truth. B Blaine, demand the truth. B Blaine, ever right? In which case then, that's what we'll do. 178. Because I think, yes, either way we're just going to end up fighting, so... What's going on? You hiss in anger and frustration. Tell me everything! Dr. Blaine gives you a condescending look and lets out a heavy sigh. Very well. The cult of assimilation and the cult of the empty sky. Each seeks to see their god ascend, and each has opened a portal to the dwelling place of their damned deity. But we must ensure that neither the hive mind, that is Zen Rizel, the Lord of Swarms, nor the abomination Selenus, known as the empty sky, rise to power this night. Take +1 intellect. We're so smart. We're up to 7s now. Total 7s. Knowing what you now do, how do you wish to proceed? Do you wish to press home your attack against the swarm, bring the battle to the worship of the Selenus, or do you want to ask Dr. Blaine what's the best course of action? Ask Blaine? Ask, says Silver. I don't think we really want to get caught up in a fight. Do we want to fight? Or do we just want to go? Ask, says Nathan. Ask, says Lamfam. Okay, in which case then we're going to ask. Ask says amazing. We'll ask Dr. Blaine. 189. Ah, okay. It matters not either way, Dr. Blaine says, his words taking you somewhat surprised, for there is only one God who will rise this night in Arkham, and that is the one whom I serve, the haunter of the dark, the crawling chaos, the mighty messenger, Nyarlathotep. 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 Hearing the name spoken aloud, you feel your stomach knot and your gorge rise in response. It is all you can do to stop yourself being sick. Hearing the name of Dr. Blaine's data can have such an instantaneous effect on a person. Imagine what terrors the god could perpetrate if it were to be birthed upon the world. Jason.
I am a god, yes.
You are not.
No.
At that moment, your mind is opened to the possibility of a world under the dominion of the crawling chaos, and it is enough to drive a sane individual mad. Make a reason test. Roll 1 die. And add your intellect. Ah, now this is an intellect roll. So if we roll a 6 on this, we gain 1 clue. If you have the studious ability, add 2. No, sadly, just seeker and reporter. We need... Well, our intellect is 7. So guess what? I roll a dice. It's a 4. That's 11. So that's more than 8, which is great. That's what we're looking for. Did you bring enough for all of us, Jason?
I have. There's 4 in the freezer.
Yes, but there's 8 people watching, plus me. That's 9.
Tough.
Right, go away with your fab lolly then. Stop taunting. Stop taunting the crowd with your fab lolly. Hey, get out of it. Cheeky so-and-so. Right, so we don't need to, because our intellect is so grand, and we rolled a 4 anyway, and we're geniuses. So 2, 1, 3. Let's see what happens. Count me out. I have my teeth out. Can't eat without. Ah, love. No worries. Right, 2, 1, 3. A little knowledge can most definitely be a dangerous thing, but it also may be your way out of this mess. Just let all 3 ancient gods do battle it out in a cage match. Yeah, it's a good idea. For knowing the name of something is the first step towards defeating it, and such understanding makes the madness that overtaking Abaddon House seem that much less of a threat to you personally. Gain 1 sanity and turn to 181. Hey, we go back up to 8, because that's a +1. Woohoo! We have regained some of our sanity. 181. Light suddenly blazes into the conservatory, throwing the shadows of the battling maniacs into stark relief against the walls. Cultists on both sides fall back in shock and awe as Dr. Blaine ascends. Arms outstretched on either side of his body, like Magneto, the old man's eyes begin to glow in intense white, and he slowly rises into the air, his feet dangling beneath him. Behind him, the shadows writhe across the wall and seem to coalesce into a writhing tentacle-like mass, giving the impression that his body is cloaked in a robe of darkness. Nyarlathotep shall rise, he cries, his voice booming within the confines of the shattered conservatory, and a wave of nausea passes through you. You shall all bow before the majesty of the crawling chaos. You had thought that the god you were here to stop rising to power this night was Ezel Zen Razel, the Lord of Swarms. Then it appears that Solenus, the empty sky, might be the greater threat, yet now it has been revealed that Nyarlathotep, the god of 1,000 forms, posed the greatest danger of all. But what are you going to do about it? Do you wish to launch a surprise attack against Dr. Blaine, or would you rather stand back and see what happens? Who knows? What's it gonna be, folks? Wait it out, or surprise attack, Dr. Blaine. Somehow we're becoming more sane despite the insanity around us. Yes, but it's because we're intellectuals. We're intelligent beings, and we can work this out. Surprise attack, says Silver. Surprise attack, says Lamfam. Oh, wait and let them kill each other, says Kath. Ooh, okay. Surprise attack or wait, that's 2 to 1 so far. But what if Dr. Surprise, given what waiting did last time? Yeah, see? Yeah. It's a good point. Surprise attack, says Nathan. Oh, there's this dissension in the Pace household tonight. Split decisions left, right and centre. Jeez. What a night. Any more? Because that's 4 to 1 so far.
I object.
What do you object to?
That drink.
Tough.
Oh.
Right, well let's go with the surprise attack then and see what happens. Don't forget, worst case scenario, you would die again. We'll just take the other option because we've not added anything recently, so all is well. 289 for the surprise attack. I'm not sure this is a good idea, making a frontal assault. Well, majority have voted. This is, of course, after all, a democracy here on election night. Now that the counting has started, the polls have been closed for an hour and 15 minutes. La la la, blah blah blah. 289. As if already fully aware of what you're intending, Dr. Blaine turns his head to regard you, trapping you with the burning gaze of his pupilless eyes. Snivelling worm, he spits. You dare to challenge me? You have served your purpose, but now you're expendable. Your services are no longer required. He points at you, and one of the writhing tendrils of shadow reaches out towards you, rippling its way across the wall, and then somehow you are caught in its grasp. You feel something cold and muscular wrap around your body and start to squeeze. There's nothing you can do as the sorcerer's shadow limb constricts, pulling tighter and tighter, and as it does so, bones break until you mercifully lose consciousness. The end. Well done, guys. So, I demand and I told you so. Yes, I know, I've got it written down here. See, I told you so, emote. I know. Oh no, not again. Yes, we are just a bowl of petunias. We literally are Agrajag. That's at least 5 deaths tonight, if not 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for sure. So would you rather? Let's see what happens if we stand back and see what happens. 224. Still, it's not dull, is it? Looks out for falling whales. Does that make Jonathan Arthur dead? Possibly. In the face of such madness, you crave understanding. Staring at the ascendant sorcerer, you articulate your desperate need for the truth. What are you doing? Dr. Blaine turns his burning gaze upon you and regards you with pupilless eyes as if he is regarding a pet. Ah, my useful idiot, he says, the two wide smiles spreading across his bearded face, revealing too many teeth. You seek understanding. Very well, knowledge shall be my final gift to you. Having been cowed by Dr. Blaine's sudden ascension, the cultists of the Swarm God and the Empty Sky are beginning to recover themselves. It began with Professor Nidus and her plan to use the vessel her father discovered in the jungles of Central America to summon Ezel Zen Rizel into the world. My master could not allow another god to rise to the power in Arkham, and so I sought to subvert her summoning ritual so that it would strengthen Nyarlathotep's influence on the town instead. However, due to the magical wards she had put in place around Abaddon House, he indicates her surroundings with a sweep of his burning gaze, I was prevented from entering the place where the ritual would be enacted. That is where you came in. I left a trail of breadcrumbs for you to follow so that you would provide me with the means to breach those wards and thereby accomplish my great work. But what of the cult of the Empty Sky, you ask? I can only imagine that your theft of the blade encouraged them to bring forward their own plans, probably with the intention of corrupting Nidus' ritual themselves so that they might fulfill the prophecy in favour of their own Dark Master. The blade. It all comes back to the blade of Aconyte. If it is such a potent artifact, could you use it to stop any of the warring deities from gaining the upper hand? Confusion reigns within the conservatory, while some of the rival cultists appear to form temporary alliances, suddenly finding they have a common enemy in Nyarlathotep's herald, whilst others still seem determined to not stop until the other side has been eradicated utterly. Useful idiot, that's us, yep. All the while, insects throng the space in buzzing clouds, and far above Arkham, monstrous appendages probe the periphery of the portal. Good Lord, Jonathan. Probing the periphery of the portal that has formed at the heart of the eclipse. What do you want to do? Well. Flee from the place as fast as you can. Attack Dr. Blaine yourself. Focus your attention on trying to stop the summoning of Ezel Zen Rizel. Concentrate on stopping the emergence of Selenus, the Empty Sky. Work to engineer the mutual destruction of both sides. Make the ultimate sacrifice in order to deny the schemes of the outer gods vying for power in this place. That's an awful lot of things. Let me cover them again. The last one, says Silver. So, flee, attack Dr. Blaine, try and stop the Swarm cult, try and stop Empty Sky cult, or make the ultimate sacrifice. Hold on. Or work to engineer the mutual destruction of both sides. That's right. It's too much pressure. I know. So, right, okay, and let's take them one at a time, shall we then? So, shall we flee from this place? Type no if you don't want to flee. Four no's. Can I get one more? Well, there's no dissension. There we go. It's 2 says no. Okay, fine. Okay, attack Dr. Blaine. Lamfound says, I vote to do whatever Kath says. Excellent. All the no's for that. Right. Focus your attention on stopping the Swarm God. Professor Nidus. Nope, says Maisie. That's good. No, says Silver. No, says Kath. 3. No, says Lamfound. Maybe, says Steve. Okay. Well, that's 4 and a maybe. Shall we stop the emergence of Selenus, the Empty Sky? Nope, says Silver. No, says Kath. No, says Maisie. No, says Lamfound. No, says Nathan. Right, so not that then. Work to engineer the mutual destruction of both sides. So, if we're going to say no to... So, there are 2 options then, are going to be this. Work to engineer the mutual destruction of both sides, or make the ultimate sacrifice in order to deny the schemes of the outer gods vying for power in this place. So Kath says yes, Maisie says yes, Silver says no, Nathan says yes, Lampham says yes. You think he means all 3 sides, okay. And Silver, presumably you want the ultimate sacrifice one. So basically, it's this or death. Well, it's going to be death. Potentially death one way or another. I don't know. I just don't know at this point in time. How can we know unless we choose? Possibly death versus certain death. Yes. Pretty much. It's Arkham. I would guess we missed the cake option. I think so, yes. The ultimate sacrifice of ultimate destiny. Yes, yes. Possibly death then, please. Possible death then, says Steve. So I think, based on all of that, we're going to have to do the work to engineer the mutual destruction of both sides. Given the theme, we will likely have to make the ultimate sacrifice. I think so. But for now, let's try 51 and see what it says. Silver, if we're wrong, you can have bragging rights, okay? You can have the I told you so. That's cake options. Excellent. Thanks, Kath. Faced by such overwhelming odds, surely the best way to rid Arkham of the threat posed by the warring cults and to keep yourself alive, is to let the two sides battle it out in a war of assured mutual self-destruction. But how can you ensure a favourable outcome for you and the people of Arkham? Make a wisdom test. We did that, so, hold on, we did that intellect test earlier, right? Oh no, we didn't roll a 6, that's right. We didn't roll a 6. That's fine. Sorry, my slightly caught off to one side. Make a wisdom test. Roll 1 die and add your intellect. You may spend 1 clue to roll 2 dice and pick the highest. If you have studious ability... no, we don't. We can add 1. However, we need 8 or more, and our intellect is 7. I will roll the dice anyway, just in case we roll a 6. And therefore, get ourselves an extra clue. It's a 1. So that's 8. It's fine. Fair enough. The die has spoken. 172. Currently, the greatest threat facing Arkham is the 2 portals by which eldritch entities wish to enter the world, and if that happens, the whole town could be wiped from the face of the earth. Therefore, the greatest weapon at your disposal are these 2 portals. With a desperate plan in mind, you barge your way through the battling cultists and climb the steps to the top of the stone dais. Professor Nidus greets you with a look of abject surprise and a scream of anger. But before she can seize you with her talon-like fingers, you grab hold of the curious clay vessel that stands between you and point its open mouth at the portal that is opened in the sky over the eclipsed moon. The High Priestess of the Cult of Assimilation is furious that you've interrupted the ritual, but it appears that she has done enough, for in the next instant, a torrent of huge black insects pours from the mouth of the vessel. They look some nightmarish cross between a scarab beetle and a tarantula hawk, as we know, because we've met them about 5 times now. Their presence blackens the air around you and quickly blocks your view of the yawning portal. The swarm becomes a focused column, like a beam of dark energy that drives forward into the sky. Distances appear to warp and contract until they mean nothing at all, and through the swarm you catch glimpses of colossal pincers attempting to sweep the bugs away. Excuse me, whilst myriad eyes bulge and roll in irritation, as forming and reforming mouths give voice to a yawning bellow of displeasure. Arms aching, you can hold the vessel no longer and let it drop to the floor, where it smashes into 1,000 pieces. But it would appear that you too have done enough, for the swarm remains focused on attacking the abomination probing the portal far above. It is time to leave, but between you and freedom there still stand battling cultists, swarming insects, and a maze of corridors and several closed doors. Roll 1 die and add 1 if you have the agile ability. No, we don't. If the total is equal to or less than your health... Oh, so we want to roll low. Potentially. Ooh, this could be an interesting one. So, we need to roll 1 die. And hope that it's less... Well, we don't know. It's either going to be 4 or under. Let's hope it's low this time round. I don't know. We'll see. Here we go. Our health is 4, Kath. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's a 2. which is less than our health. It's 250. Worst case scenario, we come back to here again. Okay. Despite the taxing travails you have suffered this night, much needed adrenaline gives your body the kick it needs, and you flee from Abaddon House. The cries of the battling cultists and the droning voice of the swarm fading into the distance, but as you retrace the route you took to get here and find yourself outside, swaddled by the cold night air once more, something unbelievable and world-warping occurs. 250 sounds like a good number. Good. You feel tremors underneath your feet and a sudden drop in air pressure, all of which is accompanied by the howling of a hurricane. You continue to flee through the grounds, risking no more than a glance over your shoulder. You witness what is happening to the house. The mansion appears to be collapsing, impossible geometrics taking hold of the building as it begins to fold in on itself. It's a tesseract. It's collapsing in on itself. Brick walls bending, pitched roofs buckling and windows shattering in their frames as those same apertures are crushed shut. You do not stop running, but increase your effort, panic driving you to exhaustion. Moonlight chasing you as the eclipse passes, and you look to the sky to see the moon has returned, the hole in the sky and the entity that lurked beyond it both having vanished. Fatigued, your legs and lungs burning, you stumble to a halt and gaze across the moonlit estate. But of Abaddon House, there is no sign. There's not even a footprint on the ground where it previously stood. No sign of a basement or wine cellar. Nothing at all but a sweep of untouched turf. It's as if the house never existed at all. In fact, your memories of the place are already starting to evaporate. But what of Dr. Blaine? What happened to him? The evidence, or lack of it, would suggest that the warring cults have, if not actually obliterated each other, nonetheless caused each other a major setback. But Dr. Blaine had nothing to do with either the Swarm God or Selenis. Has he been transported to wherever it is that Abaddon House has gone? Or did his patron deity see fit to save him at the end? Perhaps he used his God-given powers to transport himself to safety at the final moment. But the answers to such questions will have to wait until after you've had something to eat and drink. As you set off for Velma's diner once more, tendrils of black cloud arch across the heavens, and you can't shake the feeling that by setting the outer gods against each other, the dread prophecy has been fulfilled, regardless. Take the secret, the haunter of the dark, and your final score is 3 stars. The end. Well, there we go then. The Hunter in the Dark. Three stars. Well, not bad review. Did we win? Is 3 stars a high score? I don't genuinely know. Presumably. I think we've come close. I think it's second best. So yeah, It doesn't really say. It just says that that's what we get. So I suppose that's okay. 3 stars. It doesn't say. It just says take 3 stars. Final score 3 stars. The last entry 300, which potentially is the last entry, says, well, see, this is why. So we do win. I mean, we're not dead. We're not dead. All I will say is option 300. Okay, if we got there. Despite the tax intro, blah 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 blah, House folds in itself. Basically, it's exactly the same. But this one says, take the secret, the Darkness Over Arkham. Final score, 4 stars. So we're that close. 1 star away, I think. So I'll take that. I'll take that. If you have enjoyed this, right? I know you've obviously not read it yourselves, but what you could do, how many times did we die? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6. I think 5. 5 definites. Need my bed, want to get to bed. Silver, go. All I'm going to say is if you have a chance, head over to amazon.co.uk, find the book, and leave a review if you fancy. If you liked it, go and do that. If not, buy it, then leave a review. The book actually is coming out later this month, so it's released in the UK on the 18th of July at all available book retailers. Please try and use independent ones where possible. But yeah, do get yourself a copy, and please do leave a review, because the more the better for Jonathan overall. 5 deaths and 3 stars, not too shabby indeed. What was the prophecy again? The prophecy said, Kath, when the moon in darkness dies, then a new god shall arise. 1 from 3 shall claim the prize. 1 called from the burning pit. 1 that seeks the veil to split. The last, the child, its egg forfeit. Who knows which one that is? So, intrigue. So there we go. Thanks, folks. I think we'll probably call it at that. Thank you very much. I will flip back here. Guys, it's been fun. Do join us again next week when we will go back to doing Ollie Mac's Towers, which we started a few weeks ago. And we will have, hopefully... guys, so Silver, you're available next week. Nathan and Kath, hopefully you're available next week. Maisie, are you available next week? Because we'll get you all back into Discord again. And we'll play. Yes, excellent. Silver's up for it. Fantastic. Obviously, if needs be, if Maisie you're not available, somebody else wants to step in, they can do. Or we'll just play it as the two. What's the name of your YouTube? My YouTube channel currently is it's Babel17, as in all one word. Let me just grab that there, Lamfam. That's the new one. That's where all of this is going to be up. So the first 3 of these are up. I'll put this one up tomorrow at some point. Yes, you should be. Excellent. Kath and Nathan should be there as well. Lovely. And Maisie Bug as well. Fantastic. Good. In which case then, yay! We will be able to carry on from where we did left off a few weeks ago on Towers of Terror. Or Terror Towers, can't remember which way it was. But it will be fun. It will be fun. And what I'll do is I will put that episode and next week's episode up on the new YouTube channel as well. So you can have fun looking at those. So, excellent. Thanks very much, guys. As always, much appreciated. You guys sticking around. Please do join us again next week. Have a great weekend. I wonder how we got to all the stuff we missed. Well, you have the book, Kath. Work it out. Have a play. See what happens. And if we want to, we can always revisit it at some point down the line. Again, anyway. So have a great weekend, folks. If I don't speak to you before then, maybe see you on Monday. Thanks. Please do let us know how you go with Perd. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Maisie, just give her a big cuddle for us, and hopefully she'll be fine. The vets will be able to do something for her, and everything will be well. Good. Right, there we go. So, good night, everybody. Thank you. And as always, love you to pieces, and we'll see you again next week. Take care. Join me on Monday if you can. And love, fam, good to see you again. Lovely to have you by. Silver, guys, everybody, as always. Great to see you all. Catch you again next week. Night for now. Cheers. Bye-bye.